Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to put new rotors and pads on the front of this 2018 GMC Terrain. Okay, so we'll start by removing the wheel. I got it up on, I got a jack stand under it, plus I use a jack just for backup. Okay, for some reason these wheels like to stick on, even though I got anti-seize on it. But anyway, they got a little tab right here. Just get a screwdriver. Might have to use a hammer to, okay, this one's come off. But if it's on there, stuck on there real hard, you can just get a hammer and just hammer down in here. That way you'll get the wheel right off. Okay, you can see where the pads are wearing uneven. They was the same way on the other side. Okay, we'll start by removing the caliper, which is held on by two 18 millimeters that are connected to the caliper bracket. These are 18s, and this inner one's a 17, which is rusted so bad I can hardly get the wrench on it. Might not need the wrench anyway. These aren't on there all that tight, so kind of rusty. But like I say, they're not that tight. I think they're torqued to like 23 foot-pounds. Got that one started. Yeah, see, they come quite easy. Now you might need to pry that off. I need a screwdriver. Okay, so we'll hang this up out of the way. Okay, so next we'll remove the brake pads. See, the brake pads aren't that bad, it's just they're wearing unevenly. So anyway, these little clips here, you just push on it. Just make sure your new brake pads come with them. Mine did. Okay, then we can remove the brake pads, which you might have to pry off there. Everything's pretty rusty, so there's that. Now the only thing to keep aware of is the pads, the replacement pads, have two little dimples like this that goes on the outside. And then the inside's got a big long, I don't know what to call them, a scraper or something. So you shouldn't have to worry about getting them mixed up. Now if you were going to reuse these rotors, you probably wouldn't want to pry on it like this. Those pads are all, see how they're all bumpy? They're supposed to be flat. I don't know how these brakes made it as long as they did, to be honest with you. Okay, so now we want to remove the caliper bracket, which has two 21 millimeter bolts, one here and one down here. Now you're going to need a breaker bar to get these off. Now if you don't have a breaker bar, one thing you can do is just take your 1/2-inch wrench and get a socket on the end of it. It'll go in here and put a extension on it. That'll help you. These here, supposedly, I looked it up, and the only thing I could find for torque on these said these were 140, which seems a little high to me, but I think that probably is correct because they are on there pretty tight. So anyway, we'll get our breaker bar. So I guess I ain't got no room on this side for a breaker bar. So I'm gonna have to do what I said that you have to do if you don't have a breaker bar. And they seem to have an awful lot of Loctite on them from the factory, so they're going to turn hard the whole way. There's one. You can see the Loctite they put on it. And this one here is a little tough with the ratchet like this, so what I had to do, put an extension on it. Okay, so now we can remove our bracket. Now you want to check to see if these are seized or not. Oh, they're stiff, but they're not seized. That's a good thing. So what we're going to do, we're going to be removing these and cleaning out the passages here, and then clean the slider itself. And you'll want to take a wire brush and just clean this stuff out here. Now next, we're going to remove the rotor. You need a T30 this right down in here. Just make sure it goes in there good. And just, because if there's dirt and stuff in it, you want to clean it out. You don't want to strip it, because it'll be major pain trying to get it out afterwards. Now we can move our rotor, and this is froze on there. So we'll take a wire brush in here and just try to clean that out a little bit. The rotor still won't come. Now we're replacing these rotors, so I'm going to use a hammer to get it off. You don't got to hit it real hard. If you got to hit it real hard, you might want to put one of your lug nuts on so it don't come flying off. There she should come now. There. And you can see this old rotor is in really bad shape. Okay, now you get that off, you want to clean this off. Maybe clean this hub here, and then you want to pull these right out and clean them off good, clean down in there, and then put new brake grease on it. And you want to make sure these rubbers come up and fasten onto that bolt. And the sliders are different. This side here's got rubbers on it, so it doesn't make noise, I guess. Right here you can see where there's like little tiny rubbers, like a rubber piece in there. So you want to make sure that's in the right spot. And basically it's the bottom one. And I'm going to clean all this up, and then I'm going to do it off camera, and then when I get back I'll start putting it back together. Okay, so once you get everything cleaned up, you want to repack these with grease. You want to use brake grease. This is like a synthetic grease. It's a silicone-based grease instead of petroleum, so it doesn't hurt the rubbers. And you got to make sure that rubber boot goes on that bolt. And whatever grease come out, you can just clean it off. You want to make sure that rubber's on the boot good, and then you can see how they slide. Okay, so now that we got this cleaned up a little bit, we want to put in our new sliders that come with the new brake pads. You want to press them in real tight. Okay, and then the other side. Okay, so now you want to get your new rotor, and if it's got grease, sometimes they put oil on them from the factory to keep them from rusting. You want to clean that off with brake clean, which I've already cleaned this one. But something I didn't mention is if you got a 2018 Terrain or any Terrain, you want to make sure you get the right brakes. Now there's two different size brakes you can get with this one. So before I ordered, I had to take a wheel off and measure the old rotor. These are identical, but there's also one that's about, I think it's almost an inch bigger than this one. So you're gonna have to measure and make sure you get the right rotor for your Terrain. Line this up. I'm trying not to touch it with my hands. I just got it cleaned. You got to line it up with that little screw that was in the bottom. I like to put a little anti-seize on mine so it comes out easier next time. Okay, so you don't want to get it too tight. It doesn't have to be tight. The wheel's going to be on there, so it won't come out. Okay, so now we're going to put our caliper bracket back on. And it goes like this. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but these bolts are 21 millimeter. Okay, so the torque spec for these are supposedly 140 foot-pounds. There. So that was 140. Okay, so now we want to load our brake pads in. Remember, this goes on the outside, or the inside one, and have to go in this way because that little groove right there, that's for a pair of clips, so that goes on the top. So that's how you can tell which one goes which. And the outside one's got the two little dimples on it. Okay, so I've finally got the pads on. I struggled on this side for some reason. The other side went right on. But anyway, I got them in there. Now they come with these little clips right here. There's little ridges. I'll show you on the old one here. Okay, so this here would be the inside pad. These little ridges, these here slide right in like this on both sides. Okay, so this goes right in like that. Then the other side. Oh, I'll pop the pad right out a sec. There. I must help keep the pads from sticking or something, I'm not sure. Okay, so now I got to compress this piston. Now the best way to do this is to run a line from your bleeder. There's a bleeder up there. Run a line from the bleeder down into a tube, put a little bit of brake fluid in it, and open the bleeder screw, and then you push that old fluid out into the bottle. Reason being is you can get a lot of debris down in the master cylinder, and when you're compressing that, that'll go up the line and it could get into your ABS system. Now that's the proper way to do it. I'm not going to do it that way because them bleeder screws are really rusty. So I'm just going to compress it and take a chance on pushing, hopefully won't push anything up in the ABS system. Anyway, to compress the piston, I use a C-clip. If you don't have a tool like that, when you first take it apart, you can try compressing it. Just take a screwdriver. You don't want to do it on your new rotor, but if you're replacing the rotor and whatnot, you can compress it with a screwdriver against the pad. That'll press that in. So I'm just gonna put this C-clip on, and then and you want to do it slow. You don't want to do it fast. And you can tell when it's bottomed out, there'll be a lot more resistance for the C-clip. Another thing I want to do is just clean that off a little bit. I'm just going to put a little bit of brake grease right on the piston where it meets the brake pad. Caliper back down. Just want to slide it on. Might have to compress this here a little bit. The other side. Now, what I found for torque for these, it said 23 foot-pounds, I believe. I'm going to go 25. And these are 14 millimeter. You might have to put a wrench on this end here. Okay. So there, now we just got to put the wheel on. Okay, another thing you want to do is you always want to torque your wheels. These ones here call for 100 foot-pounds. I call it a break-in period, but it's not. It's actually a bead-in period for the new rotors and pads. I'll put it up in the video here, what you're supposed to do. Now, next thing you want to do before you take it out, you want to pump the brake to take up any slack where you compress that piston. Another thing you should do before you take it out is check the master cylinder. Now, where I compress them pistons, you can see that it filled the master cylinder. So I'm going to take a little bit of that out, and then I'm going to take it out for a drive. Now this, just by looking at that brake fluid, this needs a full flush. So what I'm going to do in a separate video later on, I'll get some new bleeder screws, and then we'll bleed the entire system, flush it out, because brake fluid's pretty dirty. Anyway, the brakes are working good. Pedal feels good. There's no noises, so I think everything's good. Hope this video helps somebody out, and we'll catch you in the next one.